Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and we have a list. It's a very quick list. It's 5 properties. Let's get to today's list. We've got Cabot Trail, and they've actually put, instead of the first shot being the house, they've put it with the kitchen, and it's in Dorset Park, 50 by 120 foot lot. We profiled the one yesterday on Woodward at $449, which I thought was good. This one looks great. It's a bungalow. They've taken the wall out, the separation wall between the 2 rooms. Crown moldings, nice renovated kitchen. Overall, I think this one looks great for the price. The bathroom's been renovated. There is a garage here, and you've got a good sized piece of property too. So I don't see any issues with this at all. It's on the side of Cabot Trail that you're not backing onto commercial or anything like that. This one on Woodward has piqued my curiosity. I haven't seen it in person, but it has been listed before. It's on 1/3 of an acre right in town, and $574.9 is the price. It's a big piece of land. It's a nice big property here, and even the backyard, that's a beautiful piece of land right there. So it's I think the price looks good here. It's just a matter of how it looks in person. You have 4 main floor bathrooms, which again is pretty rare for a bungalow. And next one up is Newell. We're at $559 on this one, 36 by 85 foot lot. It's a good location, walking distance to the GO train, to the library, all those different things at Main and Thompson that we talk about as being really ideal. And you save yourself, just like I mentioned yesterday, 10 minutes coming from the escarpment to the 401 versus this home to the 401. It's a much shorter distance. Inside, it's got a defined entry, which is nice. Some of the Mattamy homes are just like you kind of walk right into the house. A bit of a loft upstairs plus 3 bedrooms. The main floor is basically kitchen on one side, and then you've got the family room plus the dining on this side. It's okay. I don't know if the pictures really do it a lot of justice. There is not a lot for sale right now around the $559, so that can help them. But I still feel like it's probably a little bit high when it's comparing to stuff like the Mattamy Quincy Corners, which are a little bit smaller, but they're listing at $519. So this one on Woodward, I really like. This is actually a home that I listed and sold a couple years ago, and they've now turned around and sold it, or they've put it up for sale, pardon me. They did an addition above the garage, and so you've got 4 bedrooms here, and there's actually the same model as this one is for sale right now on Cabot Trail backing onto commercial, and they renovated the kitchen. This used to be kind of a living area, which was always awkward in the floor plan, and so this really becomes a very open concept kitchen. And the yard is terrific. We'll get to that in just a second. You've got, like I said, 4 bedrooms upstairs, plus there's a little bit of a loft space. Not all of the bedrooms are huge, but to have 4 of them, it still remains very valuable. Nicely finished basement. The bathroom down in the basement looks great too. And there's your backyard. I'll go back to that, just kind of take that in. That's what people really look for when they're moving to this neighborhood. I'm a big fan of this one. I like this home a lot. I liked it the time I listed it. They haven't done a lot since then, but I think it's got a lot to offer a potential buyer. Now this one on Peru is kind of interesting. $779. It's very close to town. So Peru Road is just basically Milton Heights. And if you look through the home, there's really nothing to complain about here. It's a nicely remodeled kitchen. They've got the floors. This color will remain classic for a really long time. But I do have a concern about the area. So I'll talk to you about that in just a second. We'll go through the photos here. You can always check the link down below the video to spend more time on this stuff. Beautiful property here. Triple car garage. All good. All good. And if you think about this, what would this sell for in town? Well, it's just a little further out of town. You're on septic, but you have the municipal water. So no need for a well on a home like this. And it is on oil heat, so there's no natural gas as far as I can tell. So here's my concern. This is the property here, and then you've got Magna on the other side of Peru. There's sort of woods, like you can't see a big factory right in front of this home. But industrial basically on this side, CarMax and all the rest of it, which is basically, I think, a subsidiary of Magna. But that's the property. So you've got this 19 hectares here, which is really subject lands is what we call it. So there's existing residential over here, and all the green stuff, and non-participating landowners means that they're not really interested in development, but the green ones are. This whole area, Milton Heights, we've got transition with the proposed Tremaine Road exit. This is at the Ontario Municipal Board. Despite that, Andron still felt the need to advertise the fact that they're building new homes, so we'll see what happens there. But this basically is an area that's the future's a little bit unknown. So just you could find yourself basically on all sides, sort of being developed through this parcel of land there. It's a risk you take, right? I mean, it's going to be a little bit more high density than what we've seen, I believe, if things go through. But you always want to do your homework. You want to make sure that you're aware of what's happening around you. If there's an empty piece of land close to you, guess what? Milton's the fastest growing town in Canada, so you have to be really careful. So you can speak to me. Obviously, you can speak to people like Colin Best. You can speak to the town planning department. There's a lot of resources. Final note, Colin sent me a note recently, and one of the things that he mentioned when we talk about the less supply, like we talked about yesterday, 35,000 homes previous year, 24,000 homes this year. New home permits, 2012 was over 2,000 new home permits. In 2013, it was 543. So we saw the squeeze really even in development. There's not a lot of stuff being released from builders that they started to build last year. So I think that when you don't have that new home competition coming out, I think the resale market's really going to remain a lot tighter, which is good news if you've got a home to sell. It's going to be a little tougher for buyers because I think the supply bottleneck is going to continue probably for the next couple months. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.